As I've mentioned many times, I am someone who, when I'm sitting, I'm knitting. I know a lot of you do too. Want an update on the status of the projects I'm working on? Keep watching. Hello, and welcome to Killer Kitsch Lizzie, my weird little world where I like to knit and sew and do other crafty things. And I do knit a lot. I knit so much that my husband got me interchangeable needles for Christmas. I'm going to talk about this at the end of the video. Well, before Christmas, I mentioned in one of the videos, I don't remember which one it is now, the things I had started knitting, and one of them I did talk quite a bit about was the heart cardigan, I think is what it was called. I can't remember. And I also mentioned I'm going to start knitting the ballerina wrap cardigan from Tara Dayton, and I've been working on both. I was trying to finish the one cardigan before I started the other one, but I got itchy fingers and started the second one. Of course I did. So I'm going to give you an update on where I am with those two cardigans. And then I'm going to, at the end, like after I've done that, I'm going to talk about my gift. So, and I'm going to try to make this a shorter video. I know that some of them are my videos. I tend to ramble and they end up being really long, and I know people are enjoying them, but I think once in a while doing a shorter video might be a nice thing. So I'm going to try to keep this one a bit shorter than most of my other videos because they get a little long. I'm long in the tooth sometimes. The heart cardigan, as I untangle all the yarn here, I'm going to pop a photo up again of it. It is from Subversive Femme. I bought this cardigan the pattern a while ago, and every time I go to start a new knitting project, I'm like, I need to do the heart cardigan, and then I end up doing something else. What I decided was for Valentine's, like Christmas, for Valentine's, I do like to make an outfit every year. My husband loves Valentine's, so I want to go a little bit the extra mile. So I do try to make an outfit like a dress or a sweater or something that I can wear when we go out for Valentine's. This year I wanted to for sure make a cardigan. I'm probably still going to make a dress. So in February you might see me do a sew and tell for a Valentine's video. I'm hoping. I'm having a lot of trouble. And the reason I'm saying I'm hoping is I'm having a lot of trouble finding fabric I like right now. We have a few big fabric stores that Lori and I go to, my friend Lori. I'm going to have her on film one of these times. I talk about her all the time. I'm going to do a video with her one of these times. Or I'll talk her into it. Hopefully. This painting right here, she did that painting. Also, I am shooting my living room these days. I'm trying to change things up. I think this is maybe a bit more interesting background, even though my light is like, reflecting here. I could take a photo. I'll take photos of these, close-ups of these, and I'll post them up in this video. So she did me a raven, and there was a poem I wrote a long time ago. I was trying to remember when. I don't remember how long ago. There was a copy of it. Like, she printed off a copy of it, and she put it around the edge of the frame. Again, I'm going to do some close-ups of all of this. You might not be able to see the photo behind me very well because of the light reflecting in it, but this is Amanda Palmer. And my good friend Lisa McIntosh, who's a professional photographer, did a photo series called Ask. I'm also in that photo series. I'll find my photo and pop it up again. She did this amazing photo of Amanda Palmer, and the whole reason she did not the whole reason, but one of the inspirations for doing the Ask photo series was Amanda Palmer wrote a book called Ask. I think it's a book. If I can find it, I'll link it below. And then over here, this is art, a collage done by a really good friend who unfortunately is no longer with us, Nick Beat, a really well-known poet, spoken word artist, overall artist and musician in Toronto. He sadly passed away. It's been a while now, but I was able to get one of his pieces they auctioned off his work to help pay for some costs. Unfortunately, being an artist in Canada, you don't make a lot of money. So when tragedy happens, friends need to come together to help pay bills and stuff. So there was an auction to help with that. And then these are, Lori gave these to Zoltan, my husband Zoltan and I, many Christmases ago. And again, she didn't make these. She found them. Another local artist did them. Again, I'll do close-up photos of all this and I'll pop those up. And what I'm wearing is, again, it's a Subversive Femme knitting pattern. Do you know what's funny? I knit a lot of other people's patterns. I used to have an Etsy store with tons of vintage patterns up. I've only made a few of those. I'm now posting them once in a while for free over on Patreon as like a freebie. But in future, I need to actually knit my own patterns. Like the ones that I did all the work to put together to sell. Anyway, back to the sweater. I'm going to do a close-up of this because it's going to be really hard for you to see it. The hearts go to the side of the button band, and you're not going to be able to see them. I'm going to do a close-up of it. But they came out really cute. And it is a bottom-up cardigan. It's not completely seamless. The body part is seamless. For the most part, the shoulders up here are not seamless. I am going to sew them together. I clipped them together to do a try-on. It fits really well. The button band, all that's left is the sleeves, which I'm working on right now, and the button band. And if you wanted to, you could make this a fully seamless sweater by, well, I guess in most seamless sweaters, you still have to pick up stitches to do the button band, which is going to happen here. Though, I believe in the other video I talked about the sweater, if you wanted to do this fully seamless, you could incorporate the stitches for the button band into the actual rows. Which I might do next time, because I think I'm going to make this again. It's a very quick knit. Again, unfortunately, it got pushed aside for a little while. Not unfortunately, but it got pushed aside for a while so I could start knitting the other sweater. Yeah, and then all I need to do is the sleeves are about half done, button band, and this will be ready for Valentine's Day. It is a very quick knit. It's a huge needle. You're using worsted wool or yarn, depending if you're using wool or acrylic. But yeah, and it looks very cute on so far. So there's that. And then I am working on, put my pen down, the pattern from Tara Dayton. It's called the Sinead. I don't know if you're going to see that or not. I'll put a photo up. This, I'm going to do there's a short and a long sleeve. I'm doing the longer sleeve version. This is a super, super fast knit. The pattern itself calls for DK. However, it gets really cold here in Toronto. I mean, the weather leading up to Christmas, you would never know it was pretty warm, but now we're kind of sort of back to seasonal. But yeah, it knits up super, super fast. Especially if you end up doing worsted. And which way does this go? So I finished the front left. That is done. I am now almost done, or I'm not almost, I'm 2/3 of the way done with the right front. And then I'm moving on to the back and then the sleeves. And again, I don't even know how quickly. It was very quick. Like I might have finished the front piece like in under a week. The front left in under a week, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. And then, yeah, this is flying off the needles too. So this will be done very, very quickly. And I'm only going to knit those two things. I've had somebody ask me to knit something for them. It's a small project, but normally I don't knit for other people anymore. Just because it's a small project, I said yes, but I'm not doing it until these are done. I tried really hard last year to only knit one thing at a time, and I can't do it. I've tried. I start getting bored, and then I move on to another thing to knit, and then eventually go back to the other thing, but I'm not even going to make that promise to myself anymore. I'm not going to say, oh, you're only going to knit one thing at a time. I've given up. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm lying to myself. Okay, so the knitting needles. So I have wanted interchangeable needles for a really long time. I did a lot of research about which ones I wanted. There are pros and cons to having interchangeable needles. The pro, especially for me, because I have a lot of circular needles, because I could never afford the really expensive ones, because these are expensive. That is sort of a con. The quality is amazing, so that's a pro. But I would buy off of Etsy or Amazon or wherever. You know they're usually a bamboo tip. I think it's bamboo, and then it would have the plastic cord. The problem with those is they're not made very well, and as you're knitting, especially if you are knitting something that is small, where the stitches end up tight around that needle, around the cord part, the plastic part that meets the wood, there is a piece of plastic that sticks out where the cord is glued onto, the tube is glued onto, and that cord cuts into the plastic over time and it splits off. And I would constantly be trimming off the part that was still stuck to the needle and then re-gluing the cord or the cable back into the tube, back into the needle. But it just constantly happens, and I figure that, and you can't buy one of them, just one size. You have to buy a whole set. And over time, when you have to buy that whole set over and over again, you end up collecting, like, I probably have, I don't know, 10 size 8mm needles. I don't need them all. So what I wanted to do is I want to have a set that is well made, that's not going to break, and purge the rest of those needles. Because, and these are the pros, these sets come with, oh, and the name brand is Lykke, Lykke. The pros of this, these have different length cords. So you can order, I can't remember, 16mm up to 60mm or something like that. Or, sorry, it might be 16 inches. Sorry, inches, a very short one up to a very, very long one. And you can also, if you need something super long, I don't know why you would, I guess if you're doing a blanket, you can attach cords together. The other pro is because you actually are screwing the cord into the bottom of this. This is metal here. This is I forgot the wood. It's not bamboo. It's I forgot. Oh, if I remember, I'll post it down below. You screw the cord into the bottom of this, and there's like even a little key to tighten it and open, like loosen it up again when you're taking them off. Not only does it, like, it stays on really well, that cord's not going to break every single big project you have, you know, because that is what was happening to me. These also come with needle, what are they called? Needle stopper or needle plugs or something like that, where you put them on the tip of your knitting needles to keep the stitches on. I don't like these at all, so I never use them. I've never used the other little rubber cone ones, so I'm probably never going to use these, but it conveniently came with it. And initially the set comes with multiple cables. I've actually ordered a few more. I've ordered the really, really long ones, I think, if I remember correctly. Just waiting for those to arrive in the mail. And the needles themselves are really, really well made. And unlikely, the other thing with the bamboo needles, the tips, the smaller sizes, I have broken multiple times. Like the 2.5 millimeter, even the 3 millimeters, I have broken those. These are really well done. I think it might be pressurized wood. I can't remember, but I will link to this company in the comments below. Now, another con, because I do occasionally knit in fingering weight and DK. DK mostly uses bigger needles, but sometimes it does actually require a smaller needle. These only go as low as 3.25 millimeter, and that is I can't read what it says. It's so small. Anyways, 3.25 millimeters, as small as it goes, because I do need smaller needles. I'm going to hold on to those ones for now. I also do have some of the vintage circulars that my mom gave me. Again, they're mostly like 4 millimeter, 5 millimeter, 6 millimeter. I think I have a couple of the smaller ones, so I'm just going to keep those for now and then get rid of the other ones. I have looked high and low. You can't order smaller ones. I don't know why they don't make them smaller than, I think there would be 3 millimeter. I have not found it, but I think there's a 3 millimeter. I don't know why they don't make them smaller than that. It's kind of annoying. So I'm going to keep looking for that. Another pro is the Leike needles. The tips and the cords are all interchangeable with Knit Picks and a few other companies. I can't remember them off the top of my head. But so if I can't find a cord in this brand, I could buy it from Knit Picks, or if I need I don't know, if I need, for some reason I need other tips or whatever, I can get those also from like Knit Picks or one of the other companies. This does go up as far as 10 millimeter. So I'm going to look to see, because I don't know for sure, if in fact this goes a bigger size too, because I do have 11 and 12 millimeter needles, which I have used. So not often, but it would be nice to still have them. Anyway, that is sort of my review on this. I'm loving this though. I'm already using them. They knit really smooth. The reason I use circulars for most of my knitting as opposed to straight needles is the straight needles actually hurt my hands, and these are really comfortable. So again though, pretty pricey. So I was really happy to get them for Christmas, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be buying them on my own. Okay, so that is an update on my knitting, on my brand new needles. Again, I am loving these. Let me know what you're knitting. I'm hoping to have, well, I'm going to have the Red of Heart, or the Red Heart cardigan done fairly soon, because I'm almost done I'm probably halfway done the sleeves, so that's going to be done probably within the next week or two. And then the Sinead should be finished pretty quickly after that, because it is knitting up very fast. So then, when those are done, I will do the small project, and then I'm going to move on to something else, which I mentioned in my Make 9 video. It's either going to be one of the knitted boleros or the two-tone cardigan. So that is it for knitting news. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Please tell all of your friends. Get them to subscribe. I would love it. I'm trying to grow my channel. And I will leave a link to my Patreon below. It launches on February 2nd. And I'm going to give you a little hint, and I'll mention this hint probably in a later video closer to the date. My first project is going to be a pattern that a lot of people are looking for. Just saying. Anyways, see you soon. Bye.